Thank you so much for joining in. Good morning to every single one of you. How's everybody doing? God bless everybody that is watching. God bless our country of Mexico, our city of Tijuana. And God bless the United States of America. It's a pleasure to talk to you guys on this morning. We are live from Tijuana, Mexico, the north border that connects to San Diego, California. As we are broadcasting you from our car right now. I will stop right now at one particular place so we can talk comfortably and we can discuss what happened yesterday. I was going to sit down and do a live show and explain the whole thing and give a rundown of what is happening and what is going on. But since this is so ridiculous now, this is like a clown show. And you have the two most hypocritical leaders, possibly of the continent of America. The most hypocrite leaders of the continent of America, there's three of them. One of them stands in Canada. His name is Justin Trudeau. The other one stands in the United States of America. That is Joe Biden. And the last one is Andrés Manuel López Obrador, which is the president of Mexico. I will start by Andrés Manuel López Obrador, the president of Mexico. And then I will move to what is the other hypocrite, that is Joe Biden. This is what I believe. And this is what the statistics and stats, according to international organizations, and according to the geographic of a lot of international security organizations, of what they believe on how Mexico is, and specifically, not only that, of what Mexico is representing in terms to security for his own country, not only that, also ultimately for the world. So apparently, this Mexican president, by the name of Andrés Manuel López Obrador, that is the president of Mexico, where I'm located at in my country of Mexico. Apparently, this individual says, and he uses this particular trip and this important platform to go to the White House to attack conservatives, not only in Mexico, but also around the world, and conservatives, Mexican conservatives, that they live in the United States of America. This tells you about how he attacks Latino conservatives in the United States of America. Instead of uniting, this is what leftist individuals, this is what leftist communist individuals will do. May I remind you that Andrés Manuel López Obrador, he was in the Foro of Sao Paulo. The Foro of Sao Paulo, or the Sao Paulo Forum, it is a forum of communists and socialist ideologists. Who was the leader of that photo was, in his particular time, was Hugo Chavez, that he passed away, and he was a dictator by Venezuela. The one that left, the one that has the torch right now, it is Nicolas Maduro. That the photo of Sao Paulo does not exist anymore, and it's the photo of Puebla. The photo of Puebla, it is the leader now, Andrés Manuel López Obrador. These are all socialist, communist individuals. May I remind you what I have said multiple times before? I have told you guys that the continent of America, it is under globalist and communist attack. But a lot of individuals in our continent do not understand that. They do not understand that that particularly, it is a reality. It is a reality. We are under communist and leftist attack. The whole continent, it is under that. And it is not cuckoo pops. It is not creating a conspiracy theory. It is not a fear monger. It is not creating hysteria, the language of these stupid leftists. It is not that. It is a reality. We are living under that. So Andrés Manuel López Obrador goes to the White House and he uses this, the most strong platform that it can present to you in your hands, so you can send a message to the Latino population and also to the Mexican American population and also to the Mexican population that they live in the United States of America. And you use this platform to attack directly the conservatives and also the opposition. This is what he said. He said that conservatism, it is the number one, it is the fault of why the world it is today. And you should support the transformation. Which transformation is he talking about? The Cuarta Transformación, his trash transformation, his populist transformation that has been right here in Mexico. Look what his transformation has done to Mexico. Look what his transformation has done to Mexico. And this is what he wants. He wants complete disorder, chaos, and lawlessness. His transformation, what it has done to Mexico. In his first 3 years of his presidency, he has more than 110,000 murders due to cartel activity. Due to cartel activity and homicides. Mexico is number one for cartel activity. Number two for human smuggling and child smuggling. Number three for assassinations towards women in the whole continent of America. Has eight cities on the top 10 for violence and homicides in the world. Not only one, 8. The first 8, if you go to every international organization that has statistics on violence and homicides on cities from the world, 8 of them are from Mexico. Straight 8 from Mexico. It is the number one country that has the most inflation to immigration possibly in the world, because it's a trampoline to get to the United States of America. And this individual talks about the inhumanity of the opposition in the United States of America of how they treat immigrants, when he is the one that has the most violent country towards immigrants. The organized crime and the cartel operate strongly on this country, on the distribution of human beings in the whole north borders. Smugglers, coyotes, traffickers are making on the most lucrative business that is the asylum and refugee right now in our country. It is the multi-billion business in our country. Continuous hundreds of semi-trucks full with tractor trailers full with migrants that they are being trafficked into the north borders of the United States of America. Our health system is collapsed. Our economy, it is collapsed. We have -1 on economical increase. We don't have no international relations with no other country to grow. Our educational system, it is collapsing. There's a lot of impunity. It is the number one country of most insecure for journalists. It is the number one country that has assassinated more journalists in this time. And you have the audacity to go to the White House and to say to the White House and to all the people that conservatives, and you attack conservatives and you preach yourself as the most human, the most humanitarian, when you're having a humanitarian crisis yourself in your country. It is unbelievable what these leftists are doing. And the populist vote, it is so important that populist candidates, this is what they do. Populist candidates, they talk about first the people, first the indigenous, first this, first that. When you have our youth of our country of Mexico, that a lot of these indigenous places and a lot of these places where they are farmlands, the cartel, it is taking over of these farmlands. They are converting the ideology of these new generations to think that being a sicario or being a cartel leader or carrying a semi-automatic gun, it is the most prideful moment to be rejoiced. And that is what you want to be when you grow up. These linguistics that the leftists are using, not only in the United States, this creating hysteria. You're a fear monger. You are a conspiracy theorist. You're a white supremacist. You are a white imperialist. You're not woke. You are a race. You are a xenophobic. You are a homophobic. You are a transphobic. You are a pronoun phobic. You are you're a narcissist. You are a racist. These are the linguistics that they're using to oppress the population, and not only to oppress the population, but to oppress Latinos now, to feel yourself ashamed of your conservative values, or not only conservative values, but to feel ashamed of your family well-founded values that they were implemented when you were born in a Latino household. This is how the leftists are oppressing our population, to make you think that Latinx is something to be proud of, to take away the O from being a Latino, to take away the A from being a Latina, to take away what you represent as to family and godly values, and to represent what you represent as a Latino. Just forget about everything else. What you represent as a Latino or a Latina, they're trying to take away that, the identity factor. And now you have the other hypocrite that is Joe Biden, that because of its incentivization of open borders, that they extremely are so consistently, emphatically forced to say that the border is closed. That's what they say. But if you go to the border, you will see what is happening. So you have the other hypocrite of Joe Biden going, quote unquote, saying that this is so inhuman, that we need to reinforce, that we need to do this, that we need to do that. And because of its incentivization, hundreds of migrants are dying in the Darien Gap in Panama. Hundreds of migrants are dying crossing rivers and going through jungles, seas, and deserts in the whole continent of America. Migrants are dying crossing the Rio Grande River. A lot of children are being smuggled and abused in borders. According to the statistics given by the CBP, more than 38,000 unaccompanied minors have arrived into the north borders in last year. Till now, we have more than 12,500, I believe, unaccompanied minors that they have arrived into north borders of what is going right now at this year. You have a humongous insecurity problem in the borders of the United States with Mexico. You have a race division problem in the country of the United States right now. You have an inflation problem. You have an economical problem. You're giving away billions to another country that is going through a war right now, and Russia is invading the Ukraine, because it is a reality. They're doing that. You have that problem, but you're providing money for that country, and your country, it is collapsing. What a disaster. Two of these leaders get together, and what they do is they attack the opposition instead of uniting and fixing a problem. This is how irresponsible it is, the left. This is how they are. Instead of uniting, they attack. It is like these leftist tabloid writers that instead of saying Hispanics and this Mexican is doing great, these Hispanics are doing great, they attack the Hispanics and Latinos and Latinas that they are in the opposition. They do not unite. Why? Because you're not pandering to what they're saying. You're not agreeing to what they're saying. You are not, your freedom of speech is not valuable to what they want. Whatever they want is what is valuable. If you're for their agenda, you're going to fit in into their plans. You're going to fit into what they say. But if you do not agree with what they're saying, you're a racist. You're a xenophobic. You're a transphobic. You're a fearmonger. You're a white supremacist. You're a conspiracy theorist. You are creating hysteria. You are doing all of that. But if you do not, if you fit their narrative, you're the most, you are a friend of the left. You're gonna fit the left. You are part of the left, and you are now experiencing right now. We have been saying this for quite some time to all of you guys. We have been saying this for quite some time to all of you guys. The continent of America, it is under leftist communist attack, and it is a reality. Trudeau in Canada, Joe Biden in the United States, Andrés Manuel López Obrador in Mexico, Honduras, Nicaragua dictatorship with Ortega, Peru, Bolivia, Ecuador, Venezuela, Argentina, and now Colombia How many countries are those? Almost like 10 countries. All of them are leftists. I'm not saying all of them become right wing. No. I think that it's time for people to understand that independent candidates in other countries, I don't know, in the United States, I'm not talking about the United States, but independent candidates, they need to be be putting attention to, because apparently left-wing candidates are destroying the continent of America, and right-wing candidates are not doing anything to defend it. They're complicit, they're comfortable, they're sitting down in their seat, they're just laying down, being comfortable with what power they are giving to them, because it's all about power and comfort for them to not feel uncomfortable, to not do nothing in terms to particularly defending what is happening. So this is the reality. How many left-wing governments are in Central America? I can tell you you got these three governments that they're strictly, potentially the most strongest governments, that they're left wing. The only right wing capitalist government that I believe that is the best president that exists in the continent of America, it is, it is Nayib Bukele. That is the president of El Salvador. It is the only one that is fighting for his security of his country, trying to get his country better, trying to make his country better in terms of security, fighting the MS gang. And ultimately, you got the international organizations as defenders of humanitarian rights complaining that he is putting a lot of people through suffer. But this is the only way that the people of El Salvador want to fix this problem. They want this cancer to be taken off of this platform. They want this cancer to be eliminated on their country. Bolsonaro in Brazil, he's a right-wing candidate. He is all the way down south, South America. He's not in Central America. He's in South America. Wow, two hypocrites in the White House yesterday. And you know what is more funny? That we also show how the catastrophe of immigration in our south border in Mexico, what we have been showing for the past years, and it's not even infuriating to hear the Mexican president or to hear Joe Biden, because I don't hear the Mexican president due to health. I really don't want to affect my health and my mental health listening to him. Really, I don't like to hear him. Why? Because it's simple. Simple as this. It's really unhealthy to listen to him. It's really unhealthy. I do it for health issues. Really, a lot of people say like, "Hey, did you heard what the president said in the morning conference?" I don't want to hear it due to health issues. Really, I don't want to get my health complicated. I really do it because I want to preserve myself, and to think that his presidency is coming to an end. That is really we have 3 more years of torture of this man. But I don't want to listen to him. But to hypocrites in the White House talking about humanity and talking about humanitarian treatment. Two hypocrites in the White House. Wow. The two places where more migrants have died crossing for a better opportunity and a better life. It is Mexico and the United States of America, and also the Darien Gap, the jungle. But the biggest countries that have received, sadly, migrants passing away due to insecurity, dehydration, trafficking, and all of that is Mexico and the United States of America. And these two are talking about humanitarian conditions and how this is going to be so inhuman, and what is happening. And you guys don't need to vote for the opposition. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Greg Abbott, he's doing everything right now for elections. He could have fixed this problem long time ago. A lot of people got upset the other day. Not a lot of people, a few individuals that they support Abbott got upset the other day because I was criticizing him. He knew about this problem from a long time ago. He knew about this problem from a long, long time ago. He knew when Joe Biden said that he was going to surge the border with migrants. He knew that his border was undeniably one of the most uncontrolled borders, possibly in the country of the United States of America. Texas, it is the most unprecedented and also uncontrolled border in the north borders that connect to the Mexico with the United States of America. And all of a sudden, he tried to do one thing. He tried to put Chinese containers as a wall. That did not work. And also, then later on, he tried to stop the commercial line to implement this kind of I will punish you, Mexican government, if you don't fix it. That was released and it didn't work. Then he tried to do an operation that is called Operation Mirror, that it was a photo op. They did it for 3 days with the governor of Coahuila. That did not work. And, now you have that he is all of a sudden, now he wants to militarize the border. And people are justifying themselves and they're defending this man by saying, the Democrats are blocking everything that he's doing, Oscar. Congress is blocking everything that he's doing, Oscar. What do you want us to do, Oscar? We got Beto O'Rourke and we got Abbott. If we got that, I would prefer Abbott. No. You are incorrect. Your obligation is to, because he's a right wing and because he's a Republican, now you cannot demand him to do his job. And also to Democrats that they're doing a horrible job. So if you're a Democrat, you're not going to criticize the own person that promised you that he was going to do this, that he was going to do that. So you don't have the right now to demand nobody because you're going to be signalized that you're in the wrong. I'm sorry. Where is the loyalty to the political party? Where is the loyalty to doing things right? Where is the loyalty for your vote and for what you were advocating for? That does not work. I'm just asking. So if he's getting hardly criticized by AMLO and also by Joe Biden, I'm not saying, hey, you know what? Stop insulting Oscar. We can take everyone in the world. We can't take everyone in the world. In the USA, we have our problems. Who's saying that you are taking everybody in the world? Hold on. Let me put this comment right here. Stop insulting him. Wow. Who's insulting him? And a lot of Republicans are really acting like snowflakes. Who's insulting him? First and foremost, who is insulting him? He's not doing his job. He is not doing his job. And who's saying that you are taking and that I want everybody to take everybody in the world? Who's talking about that? Who? Answer me. Who? Because this problem could have been resolved from a long time ago. This problem could have been resolved from a long time ago. You could have directed migrants to how to do a legal pathway and how to educate them that is not a port of entry. You could have done that. This is the process. This is the way you do it. But no, why he keeps admitting irregular migration into his part of Texas? Don't justify yourself with this because the Democrats are blocking him, because in Congress they're blocking him. Stop that. All of a sudden now he found a solution. Now, 3 months away from his re-election that everybody is preaching in the United States about term limits. Term limits. We want term limits, Oscar. This is his third re-election. Who is insulting? We cannot accept everybody. What the hell are you talking about accepting? What the hell was talking about that? You mix one thing with the other to justify this man's job. That's what it's really smart. A lot of people do this kind of stuff to justify his mistakes. Because he's a Republican, nobody wants now to basically Nobody wants now to basically talk about what he's doing bad. Where's Ted Cruz, by the way? I want to ask you something. Where's Ted Cruz, by the way? Do you know where is he? The senator that he was advocating. Exactly. Nate also, this is a good comment. This is a great comment. They're politicians, people. They are there to do a job. Where's Ted Cruz, by the way? Do you remember Ted Cruz? The person, the senator that was the first one to go over there to the border and say, this is the most horrible thing. He took like 70,000 senators over there, and he was there every day, and he was speaking about it, and he was on mainstream media, and he was like, oh, you know, this is what is happening at the border. We need to fix it. And he took all these senators over there, and every single one was standing and doing morning conferences and like, hey, this is the problem with the border. We're having a huge problem in the border. We need to fix this. Where is he right now? Where is he? Contact Ted Cruz on Twitter civilly, in a civilized manner, because we need to talk in a civilized manner right now at times where migrants are dying in the Darien Gap, and because of this open border, a lot of these migrants are dying as they're coming in because of the incentivization of Joseph Biden. Thank you so much, Mike, Bruce, Veronica, MLS, Christopher, all of you. Thank you so much. Buy me a coffee is on the bottom link. Thank you so much. We're going to be traveling soon. Right now, it's really important to talk in a civilized manner. There's no problems. We need to sit down and have a cup of coffee and tell them, hey, you know what? What's going on with you, man? When are you going to do something? Right? Where is he? Where's Ted Cruz, by the way? Do you remember where is he? Should I tell you where he was at? And I'm not criticizing him, but this is the problem. Republicans need to grow a pair. This is the problem. Ted Cruz was in the State of the Union address by President Biden, clapping when President Biden said that he was going to fix the problem of the border. I thought that you were the first one to say that he was doing a horrible job. And in the State of the Union, you get up and you start clapping. I just saw that and I was like, wait a minute. Hold on a minute. Aren't you supposed to be for secure borders? Aren't you supposed to be for this and that? What happened to you? Follow Marsha Blackburn. One that is actually doing something. Where are all these people? And now because you're talking about that all of a sudden Abbott found magically the solution underneath. The solution, Abbott was one day he woke up and he said, you know what? I don't know what to do with this border situation. And then he woke up 3 months before elections. And then he said, I know what to do now. Now I know what to do. I found the solution. I found it. It was underneath my bed all of the time. It was right there. How could I miss it? And now because of that, you know what is happening, right? You're putting migrants to risk their lives. Number one. Number two, now the mass migration, it is being pushed to another state. And that is the way that is going to be pushed. Migrants are being treated as bait. And now this immigration issue, they're using the immigration issue for their own elections. Migrants are being used for a political agenda. But there was no outspoken solution, although the federal government is the only one that can do something about it. Yeah, but that doesn't justify that you could have done more. You could have a dialogue with the president, with the governor of Coahuila. You could have wrote a letter to say, hey, you know what? A lot of migrants are dying trying to cross the Rio Grande. We cannot take this anymore. We need to address this situation. It is not, Miss Jan. Thank you so much. God bless your dear heart. God bless you. God bless your dear heart, Miss Jan. Good morning to everybody. Buy me a coffee is in the bottom link if you guys like to contribute to independent reporting and travel fund. Thank you so much. It could have been addressed and fixed. And not only that, I'm not saying Mexico is Mexico. It is not complicit at all of this. Mexico, the Mexican government, it is complicit of what is happening because they haven't created a pathway for this situation to be controlled and to not be exacerbated and to be more dangerous for the migrants. But one of the things that I will tell you, if Mexico wants to admit 70 million migrants, it is Mexico's responsibility. It's not the United States. Let me tell you the way it is. Everybody's blaming Mexico. Oh, it's Mexico's fault that we have all these migrants coming into our border. Hold on a minute. If you do a census and a geographical, study, you will know that the majority of the migrants that they're coming are coming in from South America. So how in the hell is this? Oh, because they are letting them in. If they want to let them in, it is their own government's fault. Your obligation would be to basically control the entrance into your country, educate how asylum and refugees should be addressed, have a pathway, and have a process, right? But you do not have it. You're inviting and you're incentivizing to people to risk their lives, and to ultimately more people will come, and a lot of the trafficking will continue, a lot of the smuggling will continue. Everybody has the right to migrate. Let me say this again for the 40th millionth time. I'm a pro-migrant myself. Everybody has the right to migrate. There's a process to do it, and that process needs to be respected. But now, all of a sudden, when you have seen this problem so many times that has been created, this problem that has been exacerbated into having more insecurities in terms to children, all of a sudden, 3 months before election, you find the problem. Do you know how many unaccompanied minors arrived through the area of Texas last year? Do you know how many unaccompanied minors are arriving through Texas right now? Do you have a process to return them back home? All of a sudden, now you found the solution? Everybody's saying to Abbott, grow a pair and do things right. This problem has been happening for a lot of time. Smuggling and trafficking has been there for years, people. It's not a thing that happened just with Trump. It's not a thing that happened just with Obama. It's not a thing that is happening right now with Biden. Has been a thing that has been happening for years. The borders and the limitations between Mexico and the United States of America. It has been a problem for the longest time. It has been increasing due to the globalization of immigration and the open border agenda that is coexisting right now all across the world. You have seen how they are risking their lives between the border of Morocco and Spain, how it was a catastrophe and it was a massacre of people that died, migrants that died trying to cross from Morocco all the way to Spain. 37 migrants sadly lost their lives trying to migrate to Spain. You saw this right now at the back of a tractor trailer in San Antonio. You are seeing a lot of back of a trailers, a lot of migrants being detected in the back of a trailer, in Mexico. You're seeing how many migrants, they are losing their lives as they are migrating to the jungle, to the sea. We need to find a solution. And all these politicians that they're doing this for elections, they need to be held accountable because all of their past irresponsibility to not fix the problem. Why you haven't fixed it? There's a lot of investments. There's a lot of money involved. There's a lot of people that they have a lot of money, and they are part of this. Two hypocrites in the White House. One of them is the President of the United States of America. This is a comment that I have so many times talked about this. So many times I have talked about this, and I'm going to speak a little bit about this. Miss Sonia Rainey. Why aren't the migrants staying and fighting on their own country? If you're talking about migrants from Venezuela, do you know what can they with what are they going to fight against? I don't know if you have seen migrants from Venezuela have been protesting for the past, I believe, 10 to 12 years. They have been protesting continuously in their own land. Masses and millions of migrants and millions of Venezuelan citizens have been protesting in their land for their communist dictatorship to end, and they're pleading and they're begging the dictatorship to end. A lot of the people from Venezuela have died protesting against the dictatorship because they took away their guns. They took away everything to defend themselves. They don't have nothing to defend themselves. A lot of this economical infrastructure and economical collapse has to do with the global elite corporations that they are taking advantage of the cheap man labor in Latin American countries, that they're making 3,000% more. These manufacturing global companies, that they control a lot of homes and they provide capitalist jobs. There are enslaved capitalist jobs. You're not going to make more money that has already been established on a manifesto. These companies, they're not creating better infrastructure. They only create jobs, but not better infrastructure. So instead, let's say an example, Starbucks, that you pay $10, $12 an hour in the United States of America, and a coffee is $5 over there in Starbucks, and you come over here and the coffee, it is $5 also, but you pay 170 pesos per day. That is around $7 per day. Who's making 3,000% of the profit? It is these global companies, these global corporations, corporate America. It is involved in Central and South America. Global elite corporations are involved. And instead of creating a better infrastructure and a better economy, they're enslaving the cheap man labor. And they're taking advantage of the cheap man labor. Instead of providing and incentivizing a better life, these corporations are the ones that they need to be paying tax for these countries to become better, for the migrants to not leave. Do you think, have you guys visited Venezuela one time? Have you guys visited Guatemala? It's a beautiful country. It has a lot of minerals. My God, they're so rich, but they leave because they don't have no jobs. They don't have, the insecurity is horrible. So if you have these corporations, this international corporation paying what is fair, and also not being the third guy, the middle guy between the negotiator of the exporter and the importer, let them be, man. Let them grow. And if you will not be in the middle, do you think the migrants will be migrating right now? They will be staying in their land. Why in the hell they're going to leave if they have a great job, if they have a great infrastructure, and if these global corporations, they're going to an international, into a foreign land to provide a job, pay them well. That's not even your land. That's not even your country. And because it's not your country, you're paying less? No. Be fair. Do not take advantage. Do not be a bully. This is what is happening. This is why migrants, a lot of them, they're migrating. A lot of them, they're economical displaced migrants. A lot of them, they're legitimate cases of asylum and refugee, but a lot of them, they're not. And you have an economical collapse in the whole continent of America because of these corporations that they're not providing the help that it needs to be provided. And they're imperialistic in a way, because they want the economy to be theirs. They want the control of the economy. Do you think the presidents on Central and South American countries, they're the ones that they take the decisions on the country? Do you think that? The corporations, the banks are the ones that they take decisions of the economy of the country. Hey, I want a loan. Well, how many do you want to loan, Mr. President of Honduras? I want 60 million empiras. I cannot give you 60 million empiras. We're in a debt right now, and you're going to be more in a debt. Get the hell out of here. I'm the president. These global corporations are the ones that they're taking the lead and they're taking control of the humanity. Those are the ones that they need to be taxed. Those are the ones that they need to be taxed strongly to provide help, not the American taxpayer, not the Canadian taxpayer, not the Mexican taxpayer, not the Nicaraguan taxpayer, not the Honduras taxpayer, not the Venezuelan taxpayer, not whoever pays tax. No citizen should be so inflated with tax, and the corporations are making 3 million%. Where's the fairness of all this? Where is your life going to? But you got these two hypocrites going into the White House. Hopefully I address your comment. And you got all these two hypocrites going into the White House. These two hypocrites going to the White House and talking about humanity, preaching about economy, preaching about, oh, don't hear the opposition. Who are you, Obrador, to tell other people in a foreign land to not listen to the opposition? Do you know your Constitution? Article 33 of the Constitution of Mexico says no foreigner can get involved in international politics in our country of Mexico. You are the example, sir, of the executive power in the Constitution. You should be an example in every land that you put your foot on to represent our Constitution and to represent the executive power with honor and respect to our land. And you have done the complete opposite. You are interfering in elections in a foreign land using your populism and also attacking Latino conservatives. Do you know how many Latino conservatives are in the United States of America? Do you know how many Latino independents are in the United States of America? Millions. And you are attacking them. These two people, instead of uniting, they are dividing. Remember what leftist governments have done to accomplish their purpose. You divide, you conquer. It's even put, you can read it. If you haven't read it, read it. In the Karl Marx and Engels manifesto, it says to accomplish a government, you need to divide pieces. This is what they are doing. This is what they are doing. You are dividing to accomplish your purpose. This is what is happening in the United States. They divided with race. They divided with elections. They're divided. Right now, the United States is sadly divided. They don't respect the military. They don't respect the flag. You know, lastly, I will tell you this. Just for you guys to understand. A couple of days ago, I was invited to a graduation of a friend of mine. His son was graduating from junior high school. And I went over there. And it was such an honor to be right there, because still we have this honor to respect our flag and respect our land and respect our Constitution, but ultimately to respect our national anthem. So the celebration started. There was a pedestal where the whole school board was sitting down and the students were in the middle and the whole audience was sitting down on the bleachers. And as soon as the arrival of our flag started walking in with 6 people walking in, the national anthem and the national also the how do you say it the national anthem started, and everybody got up. Every single person got up. It doesn't matter your agenda. It doesn't matter what political party you are for. You respect the flag. You respect the national anthem, because that is what represents your country. And everybody got up. And when the national anthem finished, you are The Pledge of Allegiance. Also, they said the Pledge of Allegiance also. Everybody said the Pledge of Allegiance. These are customs that the leftists are trying to take away. These two people, these two hypocritical people that they were sitting down in the White House, as per Joe Biden, as per AMLO, Andrés Manuel López Obrador, they hate this. They don't like the patriotism. They don't like the love for the country. They don't like the national anthem. They don't like the Pledge of Allegiance. They want their new world order, their new agenda, their new ideology, their new leftist progressive ideas. You know what Joe Biden said, the liberal new world order? They love that. And they're the two least people to be talking about humanity when they're the ones that they're tossing a lot of inhumanity in our south border. A lot of migrants are suffering. I'm a pro-migrant myself, and a lot of them are suffering due to this open border. There's no process. There's no ways. There's no safe pathway. There's no safe pathway. There's always risking their lives, walking. That is not the way. That is not the way. To walk for miles and kilometers, that is not the way. Punishing children to walk under the hot concrete and weather, that is not the way. There should be a pathway. God bless every single one of you, man. I'm going to have some breakfast now. Thank you so much for joining in. Buy me a coffee is in the bottom link. In the bottom link, oh my God. I'm going to read it. I'm just going to read it lastly because everybody's getting butthurt because we are talking about Abbott. And everybody's getting butthurt because I'm criticizing this man. He hasn't done his job. I'm sorry. It's the way it is. Oscar, we know that you're not endorsing Beto, but hypothetically speaking, how do you see the border crisis being handled under Beto governorship? It will be worse. I believe that everybody, they're all in the same bubble. They're all in the same bubble. You know, a lot of these people, they're really comfortable with their monthly salary, the monthly wage, what they make on Congress, as a governor, all the endorsements that they're receiving. They're really comfortable living that way. And when they say, hey, you got to fix the border, you need to get reelected. Oh, I'll do it. Beto's a disgusting human being. And he's not Latino, by the way, for everybody that is listening. Beto O'Rourke, para nada eres Latino, eres un asco, la verdad. Eres un verdadero asco. Ese señor es un asco. But it will be 3 times worse. So you prove my point. That's what we're doing. We're voting for Abbott. I know that you only got 2 options. And of course, you're going to pull for Abbott. But if you're going to do that, do you have the authority to demand the man to do his job? And to also to do it in the most humanly way, to not be inhuman? I thought that he learned when he saw 15,000 migrants from Haiti underneath a bridge, living in inhuman conditions under the heat. But he hasn't learned because of that experience, Abbott, so he has continuously let the door open, and people have been dying, crossing the river. A lot of migrants have been dying, crossing the river. So the justification of we don't have nobody else, it doesn't justify that you have the authority to demand this man to do his job. Because you don't have no other option, that gives you the authority to not demand a politician to do his job. Thank you so much for joining in. Will Johnson, how's Ésele Will, amigo. Señor Will, how you doing, Señor Will? Did you talk about, where are you, Will? Did you talk about Jill Biden talking about tacos? I'll tell you something, Will. You know what is a disgrace, brother? These Democrats, they're the most racist, denigrating individuals, man. You know what happened to me, and you know what actually happened to me. You were there. They make fun of our accents. They make fun of our colors. Look what they of our color of our skin. Look what they did to Mayra Flores. Mayra Flores, she is being categorized as a right-wing extremist right now, as a far-right Latina. But they made a post about Mayra Flores saying that she's a white supremacist with a tan. And now they are comparing our strength as Latinos to tacos. So forget about that we are huge providers for economy in the United States of America. Forget about all the Latino conservatives and all the Latino people that they have done so much for that country. Forget about the cheap man labor and the people that work the fields strong every day. The people that work construction, the people that they hardly every day, 10 to 12 hours a day, work for their families. Forget about those people. We are categorized that strength and all that sacrifice with tacos. Hijo de la chingada. How bad that is. How bad that is. That they have us on this accomplishment. You know, Will, I will tell you something. I will tell you something, brother. And I have told you this so many times. Talking between you and me, I wish that I could talk to you in person, but you know, I send you a big hug, brother. But you know, I'll tell you this, and straight up, us that we are categorized as minorities. You know, to the Democrats, we are categorized as minorities. The Democrats, what they will do is they will put you on a place where you will feel oppressed. And by the way of feeling oppressed, you will feel in need for comfort and for pander, which means you are eligible for social programs. Don't do it. You need this. You need that. You need help. You need help. All these help. They don't make you dependable. So they make you to make you to believe that you're a person, that you're not capable of doing the greatest things for that country. So they oppress you to believe that you're always going to be a minority. You're not going to be a leader of the world. So us, that we are minorities and that we provide cheap man labor for that country, they put us on a victim mentality for us to not think that we can be doctors, that we can be lawyers, that we can be great politicians, that we can be great entrepreneurs. No, you are the construction worker. You are the gardener. You are this. You are that. You are a minority. You depend on social programs. The most racist political party, and they say that they're for the people, they are these Democrats, man. And it is comparable evidence. Everywhere you see, everywhere, it is so comparable of what they're doing. Not only to the Latino community, to the, I don't even know how to say it, Will, because people get into their feelings. African American community or Black American community, to the Asian community, even to white Americans, Caucasians, they're doing this. To all of them, look what they're doing to white Americans. They're telling them that they are not supposed to be proud. They're making them feel ashamed of their color. They're attacking them in schools. They're attacking them at public places. That is because of you that we are like this, because of you that you're white. They're attacking them. You wear a United States hat, you are a racist, you're a fascist, you're a narcissist. You are such a racist. And this, the taco thing, man. Hey, and I'll tell you something, Will. There's no tacos like Mexico, man. You guys have tacos, but we have the tacos, man. This is the side where we have the tacos, brother. Hey, hopefully I will talk to you soon, brother. Nice to talk to you, brother. Join me today. Of course, brother. It will be my pleasure to join you every day. Every day. It will be my pleasure, brother. Nice seeing you on here, Will. Send you a huge hug to you and your family. And please follow Will Johnson. He's doing a magnificent job. He's such a cool guy, such a good guy. And he's I believe that he's possibly, I will say, on the top 3 best host of a program He's a great host, and he has a big capacity and big capability of hosting the show. He's really intelligent and smart. I respect that man so much. And you guys are so blessed to have him. Really, you guys are so blessed to have that man in your side and in your country. Still, send you a big hug with. We'll talk later on this afternoon. Thank you so much for joining in. I will put drive right now in my car. And I will get this handle off my car. Taco Tuesday. Taco Jill Tuesday. Taco Tuesday. So, and even, even, it was Taco Tuesday, and she mentioned Taco Tuesday. She made it more eligible to be Taco Tuesday now, but it's really now Taco Tuesday. Ahora sí es taco de verdad. Ahora sí es tacos de verdad. God bless you guys. Follow my partner, Real Anthony Agüero. You can follow him at all platforms. Follow my brother, Ben Berquam, Real America's Voice News at Voice of the People. Download the app, Real America's Voice News. Also, you can follow him at frontlineamerica.com. Also, follow my brother, Will Johnson, right here. United America First, Will Johnson. Follow him. Also, he's in different platforms. So you can follow me on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Oscar Blue Ramirez. Also, Twitter, Oscar Blue. All the platforms. That's Oscar Blue or Oscar Blue Ramirez. Thank you so much. God bless you all. Stay safe. And like we always say, people, Taco Jill Tuesday. Like I say, peace and love. And always your country first. God bless. It was a pleasure to talk to you guys this morning. Have a blessed day.